we are now live. So let's see what we got here. Like I said in the, I mean, it's been a while since we've done a live stream, right? And whatnot. So obviously we'll make sure that as we're going through, we're getting the reins back in. But overall, yeah, it's been a while since we've done a live stream. We'll try and find some plays here as we go through. You guys can let me know if you want me to look at anything in the chat and whatnot. But I'm thinking just for a little bit, very rarely. And since going full time, I always thought that I'd have way more time, you know, for this and for everything. But since going full time, my days have started to stack. And it's like, wow, I thought quitting my 9 to 5, you know, what was it, 7 months ago or more than that, I guess. Let's see, about 9 months ago, yeah. And I had more time. We started to do live streams consistently, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, okay, we don't have much time. So we're live here. We do have like an hour and a half of unscheduled stuff for me. So yeah, let's rip it, guys. Shout out to people in the chat so far. We have North in there. Howdy. Scott saying first one ever for me. Yeah, I mean, well, this is the first live stream technically on the new channel. I don't want to get into all that BS, but we were going live on the main Guy Boston Sports channel plenty. Nick says if you don't say, all right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Boom, there's the intro. You watched it live. I don't know if I've ever done that live before, Nick. But overall, yeah, let's see what we got here in terms of plays. So I'll jump into one that I just locked in. I looked at San Antonio and the Bulls. I took that under 236.5. We'll kind of break it down live here. Mainly, you look at the injury report for both these teams. No Wemby. Josh Giddey, let's see if there's any update on him. If you guys aren't using RotoWire for your updated lineups too, it's a really good tool. I'll put that in the chat. But overall, so Josh Giddey game time decision. We know we're not going to have Kobe White, Victor Wembanyama, Trey Jones. So I figured those are three offensive cogs in these two teams. And both teams kind of, like you can see here, both teams like to shoot the three, and both teams aren't all that terrible at stopping the three. So that's one that we just locked in. But yeah, we'll see how we progress through this. If you guys have plays that you want to look into in the chat as well, by all means, drop them in there. Shout out to Jeffrey, shout out to Mahir, Squeeze, shout out to Nick again. The Mavs tonight. So the Mavs, right? I talked about that in the video this morning. Overall, I'm not exactly sure where to come out on this spot, because that 13.5, is that the updated line? Make sure we get the updated line here. Right now 14.5, right? So this is, let's update this just real quick. So this is a big number for Dallas, and I said it in my video. I don't think it's a big enough number though for Washington, if that makes sense. Like, look at this. This is just based on these stats. I have formulas in here to kind of weigh which team should win the battle, obviously, between this year, home and away, and last three, kind of a weighted average. Dallas blows them away in every facet, which shouldn't be shocking, right? We look at where the Wizards are. Oh, okay, 2-17. They're literally the worst team by 2 games in the entire league. So that shouldn't be all that shocking, I don't think, to anybody. You know what I mean? Let's get the basketball background. Do we have that one? Boom, there we go. But yeah, I don't think that should be shocking to anyone that they're 14.5 point dogs or anything like that. I do think that Dallas, though, even if we look at them to this number recently, this is them to that 14.5. They've only covered that in 14.5 games on the road right here. They've covered in 60%, so that makes me feel good. It's just too big. Yeah, 11's way better, Jeff. Like, 11's definitely a lot better. I think that number of 14.5 just seems like it's just a little bit too much to be confident in. You know what I mean? Like, this is a team in which they have Luka, they have Clay, they have Kyrie. These guys, albeit they should be fairly healthy, right? All three of those guys right there, not even on the injury report. This should be a spot in which they want to play and all that, but those guys have been known to kind of take their foot off the gas or sit at the end of the game and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I don't know how confident I am in Dallas minus 14, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not confident in the Washington plus 14.5. So, you know what I mean? When we talk about picks and whatnot, it is important to note that sometimes there's a level of well, that's a too big of a number for the team to cover if you're laying the points, but it's just not big enough to get me to the Washington side of things. Yeah, if you guys closed on that at minus 10.5, that's good. I mean, minus 11, that is very good. Dantes, what's my shirt say? Won't you guide my parlay tonight? It's part of our new holiday drop over on the merch store. Go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link to today's posts because that'll take you to the merch store as well. We just had a phenomenal Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Thank you to everyone that supported. Let me drop this here. Guys, these are the plays as I lock them into. These will be there. So, but there's also a nice click-through for the store. But yeah, Rudolph with your nose so bright. Why don't you guide my parlay tonight? Perfect for like an ugly sweater, goofy sweater thing. You're not walking down the street and turning chicks' heads. But this is a funny shirt, or funny sweater, shall I say. All right, the other one that I already locked in was Desmond Bane. Now, let's kind of walk through this one quickly because I want to know what you guys think of this. I talked about it in my video today. Desmond Bane over 14.5. I actually got it at -130, I believe, on MGM. Let's see if these are the updated odds. -145 now, so already closing pretty well. My thought process was if we go over to that game, which I believe it's, yeah, the 7th game on our dashboard here, you could see that, okay, well, Memphis loves to shoot. Their frequency in the paint last 10 games and the season points in the paint, very good. But Sacramento, as bad as Sacramento has been, and I mean, they're terrible. In fact, this is a little sneak peek. I'll get back to this in a second. This is a sneak peek. We have a new little segment coming to the NBA videos. The do not bet list graveyard, or I guess it's the DMB graveyard. Kings got the headstone right in front there because I'm not touching them probably until 2025, for that's the potential revival line there. But anyways, one thing that you can say that they've actually been okay at this year is guarding the paint. Second fewest points allowed in the paint. You can see right here, 66.3% field goal percentage at the rim. So the Memphis Grizzlies love to get to the rim, but they shouldn't have the easiest time today. Who shoots threes for the Memphis Grizzlies above the break? Desmond Bane. That's where you can get this Sacramento team. 39.8% above the break three percentage right there. Corner three, they struggle as well, but look at that, second most threes allowed. So I think Desmond Bane's a good look tonight. If you look at what he's done recently, not all that tremendous. Like, he's been up and down. We laddered him early in the year, right? A couple weeks in the year, and all of a sudden he has just dropped off from there. But to me, this just screams like, I guess, good spot for Desmond Bane. So I'm hoping that's going to be the case and that's gonna work. But I guess we shall see in this one. All right, hold on. I gotta fix the chat here. But yeah, does that Bane spot make sense to you guys? Like, do you agree? He's been so up and down, but 2 straight games of cashing, which is obviously very good. But to me, it's like he's gonna be the guy that fits the bill for beating the Sacramento Kings. And again, look at him in his last 2 games against the Kings, right? Not bad, 17 and 24. Now, both of those were last year, and if you look at his stats last year, obviously averaged a lot more points, right? So there is that. I'm not like discounting that. I'm not acknowledging that, but overall, I don't mind it. Let's see. Let's get to some chat here so I don't miss much. Let's see. All right. Will says Grizz -3, Rockets -3. Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I think that that Rockets and Warriors game, I said in my video, I kind of like the Warriors, but no Steph's probably turning me off from that. Cavs Lions moneyline parlay from Otto. Not a bad move. I think the value is on Green Bay tonight. Like, for them, what is it? Still plus 155. I think that might be worth the shot, but moneyline is a whole different game. Jackson, man, the Kings have killed so many parlays. Let's see. Robert says, when did you start live streaming? So I kind of talked about this at the beginning of the stream. We did a lot more streaming kind of consistently, I would say, 9 months ago or so, right? And I was like, all right, yeah, let's live stream. Let's do that. Let's keep it going. And it just got to be so much, especially with how much time we were putting into other things. So unfortunately, we kind of got away from it. And then all of a sudden the stuff happened with the main channel. Now we're on the new channel streaming. It's like, it just got kind of messy. I love the live stream. I love the live audience, whether it's 3 people or I think we peaked. Our biggest one was like 800 and something when we kind of more consistent. That I love doing live streams. Obviously, I'm not like, I don't get camera shy and whatnot. We've been doing this long enough, so I love doing it. It's just a lot. Like, shout out to who I still believe is one of the GOATs in this game, Kyle, right? Kyle Kerms, the sauce. Me and him talk so much, and I can't give him more credit for sort of carving out such a, like, some of the numbers that he's gotten. I saw him tweet it recently, and shout out to you, Kyle, if you do end up watching this. When he hit his, I think it was like either Thanksgiving, the day after, something, hit his most viewed live stream, and it's like, yeah, he literally started to just go boots on the ground, hit the ground running, and I don't know, has missed a handful of days and God knows how long. So obviously live streaming is such a legit thing. And I do think that like he's proven that fact. We used to live stream even before that and stuff just for like fun. We actually got a little bit of, I have an idea for like a podcast type of thing coming out where I just give the history of Guy Boston Sports and me, Ev, in a sense, because what people don't know is I started Guy Boston Sports in 2016. And I just went full-time this past March. So long story short, we started as a blog, started as just social media. I guess started as a social media, then a blog, then started doing videos. And then I started doing, in like 2018 or so, live streams after every single Celtics game. And I was doing that just to get my frustrations out and whatnot. We were doing it on Twitter, getting tens of thousands of views, which Twitter's live streams is a little different, right? That was when it was Periscope. Now it's bought by Twitter and whatnot. And then we transitioned over to YouTube, and that's where my feet kind of got wet in the YouTube space. So we'd been doing live streams so long ago, but never as like a never as a true like, oh, this is the kind of direction I want to take this in or anything like that. You know, it was more like I like to make the videos. The live streams were just for the interaction. But live streaming, like in the last, what do you say, outside of sports and whatnot, has just taken over. So yeah, I do love it. Let's see, we got Robert says Kyle and Ev best duo. I mean, he's such a good guy, and like, yeah, if you guys don't watch him, you should, right? You said, let's see, did you do a podcast type of thing? I listened to it. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Kyle and I did a podcast here. This is on the main channel. And we did it. Not to make this the Kyle Kerms, you know what show, but hey, he's a really good dude. And especially when the channel was, in flux and whatnot, the main channel, definitely one of the main guys that had my back there. So shout out to him. Shall we talk about other stuff than me? I'm sure the comments after the fact are gonna be like glazing and whatnot, as the kids say. But yeah, a lot of people don't know the history of how long it took me to even get to this point, you know? But here we are, full circle. All right, one of the other spots that I was thinking about tonight is Cavs minus the 4.5. The Cavs minus 4.5. I actually liked them at 4, right, in the video. Now that spread has changed. But let's walk through that one. So in the dashboard, which guys, if you want to become on the main channel, become a channel member, you get this dashboard. We have the December link already live to people. This is why I started to like Cleveland. Obviously, we know Cleveland's a really, 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 really good team. If they continue to stay healthy and whatnot, I'll look like a savant because in my first NBA video this year, I said that that's going to be one of the top teams in the East. Never mind being the top team, right? But what I like about this is the fact that one, they should be better defensively, right? And two, they like to score from 3. Denver doesn't cover that all that well. They like to score from the paint. Denver doesn't cover that all that well, right? But Denver also likes to score in the paint. But Cleveland's one of the best teams in terms of points in the paint against this year. Let's see. I think Aaron Gordon back today. Yeah, like Michael Porter Jr., I've seen a lot of people like him today, and I don't mind it whatsoever. I will say there's a little bit of like how's their offense gonna like I usually, when guys come back from injuries, I usually wait out, you know, to jump on it or to see the vibes and whatnot. Luckily, we've seen plenty of that starting 5 from the Nuggets even before the Gordon injury, but he is coming back. So they are low, but you never really know. You know what I mean? Let's see. Galaxy saying Denver first half. Let's see. I'll look up the odds for you. Denver first half. First half spread, Denver right around, let's see, for normal odds, minus or +2, +2.5. I don't necessarily, I mean, I think it's going to be a close game, right? So +2, +2.5. I don't know. I think that this Cavs team is just, I mean, I'm not dropping any draws here. I think this Cavs team is like just that good. Like they're if the Cavs stay healthy, they're incredible. You know what I mean? The problem even last year, they were good last year. The problem was that they started to fall off and get injured. Like that was the Cavs' problem, not necessarily sitting there being like oh, we started not playing well together. No, they just got injured. Guys, if you are watching right now, make sure you're hitting that like button. I want to say we'll go live more and more, but yeah, hit that like button. It's the best way we can get feedback and know that these types of things are, you know, you guys like them and you find them valuable or entertaining. I prefer entertaining, but if you find them valuable. Let's see. I missed some chat here. Yeah, Nick, Jordan, and Steven, two great guys in this space as well. Who else are you guys watching on a day-to-day basis? Because I think that there's so many good people out there. Mobley 8 boards from John. So let's take a peek at that. Let's dive into Outlier here. In fact, what we can do is let's see if we can hook you guys up with Outlier. I'm gonna paste this in the chat as well. Guys, this is a 7-day trial to Outlier. Everything you're seeing on the screen right now. I talk about Outlier all the time, but all right, let's go to Evan Mobley and let's look at his boards. So 8 boards. So that's an alternate line, right? So you're getting that probably over on Prize Picks. Yeah, he's been crushing this line. Rebound chances 17 head-to-head. Let's see, he had 4 last time they played. That was last year, though. On the season, he's smoking this. Even from a fantasy points against here, let's see, Denver rebounds to power forwards worse in the entire league. So, yeah, I think that's a fair look. But it's got to be a either a parlay throw-in or you're looking at that in Prize Picks or whatever in some sort of a green goblin or something, right? Is that right, John? Because I feel like that is his normal line's 9.5, which I still don't necessarily mind, right? Like even if we look at his normal line here, 9.5 minus 105, he's still been crushing it. Like his last 5 games, 18.4 rebound chances per game. Denver, this game he had 13 rebound chances, but that's last year. Like Mobley's a different player now. And then, like I mentioned, well, that's the last 7 on the season. They're allowing plenty of rebounds to the power forward position. So yeah, I don't necessarily mind that. It's got very dark outside here. But yeah, guys, hit that like button if you do appreciate it and whatnot. David says, "Can we stream through Microsoft Teams so work doesn't know that I'm here?" Hey, you just got to join a call with yourself. Oh, that brings me back. Yeah, all these guys you guys are mentioning are good guys. A lot of guys probably better than me. Like I tell you guys all the time, or if you are new, I say it all the time. It's like I consider myself so much more of an average. I don't think that I'm a savant or anything like that, which that's why you never hear me act like we're the best at this or anything like that. It's like at the end of the day, you can do all the research and it could still smack you in the face and be like, yeah, well, all that research you did didn't mean anything because the guy didn't perform. So there's a huge level, and if you guys are OGs, you've heard this so many times before. There's a huge level of understanding that if you are rolling with something or you're making picks for the day and whatnot, there's a huge level of understanding that you got to be rolling with something that you're okay with losing, obviously, right? Like doing it responsibly, and just the fact that if you do put a little bit of something on the line for the game, it's going to exponentially help your entertainment for the game, and that's a huge thing to not forget. You know what I mean? Like understanding that if you roll with something, if you bet on something, it's like, yeah, you're gonna enjoy the game that much more, and that's something I truly believe. Junior says, how long does it take for the sweater? Well, the warehouse is pretty packed, but honestly, not too. Let's see if I won't show it on screen, but I can look at some orders and see the ETAs from recent orders. So let's see. I would say it's probably right now taking 7 to 10 days, maybe. You know what I mean? We're not Amazon over here. We're just a little mom and pop shop, but we do have some good stuff, some nice merch out, just some fun merch, guys. By the way, these are the plays for today so far, and we have a link to the store within there as well. But yeah, if you guys do want to pick it up and support the show and whatnot, and support me, go pick up some merch. Like this is, I don't know if I could show you on the camera. Like we don't make crappy merch, it's all tested and sampled. We got the Ho Heisman sweater right now as well. Some of the money tree hats, which this is just so like, I don't know, it's so simple. It's a Christmas tree or a holiday tree with a money instead of the star or angel at the top. All right. Let's get back to it before I'm stuck. Sounds like a used car salesman over here. All right, hold on. Let's see. I got to reel it back in. Yeah, David says we learned from all y'all. I mean, yeah, like I really think that there's enough room for everybody to eat in this industry. You know what I mean? John, I know I can, and I did, but you know. Yeah, Junior, if you ordered today, like I'll be posting like the cutoff date too. It's not for a little bit, so yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Hunter says, can you look at Cat 2.5 threes made? Sure thing. Let's do it. All right, we were just on Mobley again. I don't mind his rebounds, but that's definitely an alternate line, right, John? All right, Cat over 2.5 threes. For plus 150, he hasn't hit in 6 games. I can count. 10 last time he played, or 2 times ago when he played Charlotte. This year, he had 2. How many did he take? Only 5, though. What's he been taking as of late? 5.2 attempts per game. On the season, he's shooting, what is it, like 40? Yeah, he's shooting pretty well from 3 on the year. 46%, which is kind of crazy. If you believe the attempts are going to be there, I don't mind it because look at those odds. Plus 150, you know what I mean? Like, you know you're taking the chance at those odds. Like, no one's telling you otherwise. So I don't mind that. I don't know if I'm sitting there, Hunter, saying, "Oh my God, it's a lock and whatnot," but I don't necessarily mind it in terms of how they are. Let's see, Charlotte game number 3 here. In terms of Charlotte 3-pointers, so kind of just 12th in terms of 3-pointers allowed to the center. Cat, we know, above the break. They're not necessarily guarding the perimeter all that well. I don't mind that spot. I'm not going to sit here and say plus 150. You got to jump on it. You know what I mean? I think the value. You said it just best just now. I think the value's there, and it's worth a little bit of a shot. Yeah, David. I actually had that along. That takes now. Not to say I'm not going to do that or whatnot in the future, but that takes a lot of time to build those. And we had a player prop model for I want to say it was maybe like 2021, 2022, like a few years ago. And it was actually profitable for the whole year. Like, it would simulate the players, and it was all in Google Sheets, some cool stuff. It would simulate the game 1,000 times. You could pick which player and whatnot, and then give you what his estimated stats would be. So you could compare it to the lines and whatnot. That's definitely something that I'd like to look into and whatnot, but it's so time consuming. Like, if I'm being transparent, right, it's just like ridiculously time consuming, especially when we're doing a lot throughout the day. But it is definitely cool, and we did have that at one point. Everyone's like, screw Cat. I don't think Karl-Anthony Towns is all that terrible of a guy to roll with. Like, he's going to have his nights. Let's see on the season, right? 9 of 20. Head-to-head, though, he's killed them. That's when he had 62. Was it last year, right? At home this year, though, it's a little bit like he's there, but I guess his line is super inflated, huh? Like, he's more of a 21.5 guy for me, which obviously that's super juice. But if we go 19.5, like, look at this season, right? That's at home. He's been crushing it. So I'd say he's more like a 21.5 guy. And that's just my, like, personal line, you know what I mean? Which helps when these types of things happen, where it's like, well, I see him at 24.5. I think he's more of a 20, 21, 22. So it's like, kind of turns me off, and I don't dig too much in. Did you guys watch the, let's see if I can post it in here as well. I just did a new strategy video over on the main channel, and a lot of cool stuff in here. I'll put it in. Yeah, Nick says, I do better than him, but he's more of a bet the under guy. Guys, that is a strategy video. I just put it in the chat, a video of like me kind of going through my process. Obviously, when you're looking at these things, player props, things are ever changing, but yeah, that's definitely something that I've been kind of rolling with. How about this, by the way? This is me yesterday. Oh, I could watch this all day long. That's me last night. I didn't go searching for that, all right? Someone just liked it on Twitter, so it kind of popped up. But I could literally watch that. Is that vain? Am I a narcissist? I could watch that all day long, myself hitting a golf ball. Eric says NFL picks for today. Yeah, I have 2 so far. I should put that in the chat, huh? So you guys have that. I didn't even think to do that. So 2 NFL picks so far. 2 player props. I'm trying to figure out if I want to roll. I think the over is what I'm kind of like thinking about, but you know, I'm second guessing it and whatnot. 2 player props so far. Reed, who amazing value we got. I took this on H2H and took it yesterday. Minus 146 for his over 3.5 receptions. You can't, because now who's out? Is it Dubs? Dubs. I got crazy value. I still don't mind him at 4.5 because I think that he's gonna get more targets now. But yeah, I mean, I'm so pleased with that. Like it's funny. I got the value, the line move, the odds move. It hasn't even happened yet. I don't even know if it's gonna hit. Right? It could still lose, but I'm so thrilled that I got that line. That's part of betting too. It's like I don't mind that, Hunter, at all. Let's see. I mean, 1 unit for me is anywhere between 2 and 3% of the bankroll. So it'll change if we're hot. That unit moves up. If we're not doing too great, that unit will move down. I did for a long time just operate under the I guess, you know, $100 unit, or if we're kind of cold, $50 is one unit. But I've gotten a little bit more strategic and mathematical, so I have an ever growing sort of sheet and whatnot to measure what a half, what a full, what a quarter unit is for myself. But the easiest way to put it, I would say, dollar-wise shouldn't matter from you asking Joe Schmo down the street, asking me, asking anybody. But if you know collectively what your bankroll is, aka what you have loaded in your accounts, what you're willing to put into it, you look at like 2 to 3%. A lot of people say 1%. I roll with 2 to 3%, maybe 2.5%. That's what I would say. And it's ever changing. Like, you don't need to, as long as you have the consistency of saying 2 to 3%, then it can change. You don't want to be just throwing random numbers all out there, but kind of a process. All right, let's take a peek at this one. Looks good. We got Big Vucevic. Let's get to him. We have him, what'd you say? Over 1.5 3-pointers made. As I type in 1.5. All right. Yeah, Nick, I still don't mind 4.5 receptions. I just can't believe I got it at 3.5. Like, that's, let's see. I literally got it at 3.5 at 146. Like, I mean, I'm already thrilled. All right, Vucevic. He's been crushing this line. And you're getting decent odds. Head-to-head, he hit 2 last time he played the Spurs. The one thing that I would say about the Spurs, and I believe this is to be the case, is that they're decent. Yeah, top 10 team at preventing, you know, threes in the perimeter, and number 1 against the centers in the last 7 days. So that's definitely worth noting. I don't necessarily mind it because he's going to have Zach Collins most likely on him, right? Playing for Wemby. So I don't think Zach Collins is going to travel with him outside of the 3-point line all that much. I definitely don't mind it. But this, based on what he's gone through lately, right, and crushing this line, this isn't the easiest of matchups that he's had, I guess I would say. So do I mind it? Nah. Do I hate it? No. Do I love it though? Also, not really. But I don't think it's a bad look. Thompson over 13.5 points plus rebounds. All right, guys, make sure we're running up those likes. I know it's pandering and all that, but it truly does help out the channel. This is the new channel and first live stream on the new channel, so anything you guys can do, especially if it's like hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I do greatly appreciate it. So let's jump into Clay here. And you said points plus rebounds, was it? 13.5 points plus rebounds. There is some blowout potential in this game, so let's not forget that. But it's so hard to bet him, huh? Because it's either up or down. But look at him last 2 times he's played them. Now, these were with Golden State, but I mean, yeah, he's kind of been crushing that, right? What about on the road? 5 of 8 games this year. Have the minutes dropped off in terms of, yeah, so the 3 lowest minutes that he has on this were the 3 he didn't hit it on. So that would kind of concern me. Now, I guess I don't mind this in all honesty, but that would kind of concern me because of this, or is it? It's game number 1 on our sheet, right? Because of that spread at 14.5, there is a chance of obviously like blowout. And if Clay doesn't get the minutes, it looks like that's the correlation to him not hitting the line, right? So that's definitely something to monitor there, or at least like I would just do, you know, if you're looking at that, Kevin, I would try and put more and more time into truly looking at it to see if we can see that those minutes will get there, because it looks like if the minutes are there, he has a better chance of obviously hitting. Jordan Love over 21.5 completions. I mean, I don't mind that, but I think let's look at the we have the NFL dashboard too. We can check NFL just for a sec. I know we're focusing on NBA, but obviously we got some NFL plays out there. So recently, that's where the well, I guess Detroit's they've. So ready? I'll just put it like this. You look at Detroit. Let me get the dashboard up, and this is last 3 versus the whole season and whatnot. Their passing yards per game has actually been pretty damn solid. On the season, not so much because the guys are throwing on them so much, but in close games, I wonder if Love's going to have that same sort of, you know, need to throw a bunch and whatnot. Do I think that he could? For sure, because I don't think that they're going to have the easiest of times, you know, rushing on this Detroit defense. And the fact that we do have a bunch of injuries on the Detroit side of things, I think is going to impact the rushing, the passing game a little bit. So over 21.5, don't mind. He's hitting 3 straight against Detroit. Even when they lost 14-24, he hit it. So yeah, for that plus 100, I don't mind this spot whatsoever. I don't. But I do think that, you know, Detroit's defense has looked okay passing wise recently, which is kind of weird to say because that's been the thing that they've struggled at this year, and not even struggled. It's just they've been in positions to obviously have a lot of guys throw on them because they've been winning by a million in so many games. You know what I mean? Two Seven says Luka loves throwing assists versus crappy teams. Yeah, I mean his intensity's probably like I don't mind that look. What is his line? Luka's assist line is 7.5. I don't mind that. I mean, last time he played Charlie did 15, so that's not a bad look there. 2-7. Appreciate you, Kevin. I'm one to acknowledge. I think a lot of people say like appreciate all your work and whatnot. Yeah, what I do, I would never be one to be like, I mean, I quit a 9-to-5 and now I'm doing this. So like I get the two, you know what I mean? I would never be one to say that this is harder than a 9-to-5 and whatnot, but there is a stress that comes with this and not missing a video and all that isn't always there in like a mundane job. But one thing that I want to always make clear is that there's two people here. You know, yeah, I'm the dummy with the camera and a microphone, but I tell you guys in my videos, like, you guys on the other end are making up 50% of what's happening right now. A lot of people don't like to think of it or don't view it that way, but like, literally, like, I'm talking to you, it's going in your ears right now. That's making up 50-50, you know? So everyone that says appreciate, and I do appreciate hearing the appreciates, but I appreciate people tuning in and people watching, you know, on the daily and whatnot. Like, do you know how you probably can understand, we hit 100,000 subscribers, then pardon my French, but the bullshit happened with the channel, and all of a sudden we were just all like, we're back to, you know, not feeling it. It didn't hit as hard as I thought it was gonna hit and whatnot. Like, that's amazing. You can't even put into words, and I'm having a tough time doing it, putting into words how appreciative I am of it. Yeah, Hunter, imagine if I was a guy, I mean, I did that for years and years, so I lived that too. You know, just talking to a camera and you know, if you're making videos and whatnot, you gotta go through the, well, two people watch this and one of them is me because I refreshed the video, you know what I mean? Like you gotta go through that, and you gotta be able to get past that, knowing that your art and your craft and your product that you're putting out is good. But like, I feel like content creators and people that make videos should talk about it more, that it makes it a heck of a lot easier when you know you're gonna have tens of thousands of people reacting to what you're saying. Like, that fires me up way more. You gotta grind through the nothing to be able to be what I consider myself blessed to wake up in the morning and be like, all right, let's go make a video that I think is a really good product and have a good time doing it. That takes an audience on the other end. So I don't mean to get on this rant. You guys know how I can get. I can start getting sappy and whatnot, but it truly is. Like, I don't mean this hyperbolic. Like, this is so true that having that audience is makes everything so much easier. You got to have it in you to go and grind to 0 people though as well. Let's see. Acid saying your Christmas merch is goated. I mean, what I like is the quality of our merch. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think we got some fun designs. Ho Heisman. We got the clean money. I've already talked about it a few times. In fact, do I have? Let's see. I think I have it. This sweatshirt, it's not even one of our super comfort hoodies, but it's just like the clean sweatshirt with the money tree on it, which if you want to see the logo, this thing came out, this is a sample, and it's the one we're selling now, came out so incredibly. Like, I don't know, I get so thrilled when we get products and I'm like, this is like legitimate quality, you know? All right, I'm losing track here. David says, I love soccer. See, that's not something that I have not dived. I've not jumped into, let's use a word that Ev can understand yet, but let's see. Tottenham versus Bournemouth, total team goals over 1.5 minus 120. Okay, take it. Let's see. John J, Fox 20 plus, Ingram 15 plus, Donovan Mitchell 10 plus. Really? I don't know, that seems like decent value, right? Are any final plays made yet? Yeah, we have 2 so far in the NBA and 2 in the NFL. I'll put them right in here. I'll put them in here if you guys do want to check it out. There's also a link in this. I've said it. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but people got to understand that new people are constantly coming in the stream, right? There's a link to the merch in there too if you want to kind of go through and get that. All right, let's see. So we do have 2 final plays. You're saying, yeah, this is the first live stream on the new channel, which is pretty cool. I want it to be live for, how long have you been live for? I can check that, right? 40 minutes. Okay, so we got a little bit longer. I was thinking like an hour here, but having a good time. Let's see. Ban Josh Giddey. Look at what we have. So I already gave this preview earlier, but this is going to be a new little segment of the NBA videos and whatnot. We got the DNB graveyard, and I give a sort of revival date potentially for them. Still working on it because it's kind of tough to see like Brook Lopez's 3-pointers made, but the Kings got the main headstone right there. Not touching them until the end of the year. So we still got 25 days. They literally, I said it in yesterday's video, they've grabbed me by the you-know-whats and twisted. Clint Capella also has burned me a couple times, so we're putting him on the DNB. We're putting him in the graveyard with a potential revival if he proves it to us in 5 days. Brook Lopez, 7 days. So I think this will be kind of cool just to keep an eye on and whatnot. Is it corny? Yeah. Is it fun? Also. 1 month. Well, it is crazy, but the Kings have absolutely burned me. It's like true. Like it's 1 month is crazy, but you know what? There's plenty. Like I don't need to force myself to take the Kings whenever they're out there. You know what I mean? Chad, with that link I just posted, I could post it again. Follow that. That's all. That's a 2-in-1 merch, as well as, because all you just do is scroll down and we have 2 final plays already out as of right now. So what I mean is, look right here, you follow that link and boom, click on that. It's going to take you to our merch, which is legit quality. Ever been on NHL? There's a lot of value. So have I ever? Yes. Do I consider myself knowledgeable enough to know what to look for and whatnot? That's where I would say no. So yes, I have been on it, but I don't think that I would do, like I would have to do a lot more to get comfortable and to get kind of locked in before I decide to sit here and be like daily NFL picks. Because honestly, I like to bet for entertainment and whatnot while still being what I consider in control somewhat, right? And I know a lot of people watch the videos from a advice perspective, which I never necessarily recommend because I'm just giving my opinion. But if I did that for NHL, then I think people would start to look at it like that. And I don't think that I'd be providing as much, good for you guys. Let's see. Do you have a promo code for Outlier, says TJ? I put the link. I'm putting links in here like I'm selling 1996 Toyota Corollas at a used car lot here. But that is going to get you a 7-day trial, that link. You do not need a code or anything. It auto applies it. Is JJJ going to go off tonight? Honestly, that's not the worst of looks because, especially if let's do this. We'll dig into that one. If we look at Memphis and say who's going to shoot in the paint, it's going to be Ja Morant, and in the paint, Jaren Jackson Jr. That's where obviously the Mavs are very good at covering the perimeter, right? Not the Mavs, excuse me. The Kings are very good at covering the what number were they? Let's see if we can find them. The Kings are very good at covering the paint, so that kind of gives me hesitancy from that. I think that Memphis is going to score a little bit more from the perimeter tonight, not necessarily in the paint. I guess that would be my take on it, but I don't know. Yeah, Hunter, DM me on Instagram at evpicks, picks with a Z. In fact, talk about another link. Let's just keep the link train going. This is my Instagram, guys. We're posting more and more content there. Parlay, like I'll have a parlay there later on, and whatnot. And it's funny. You guys support the Instagram, and I don't use it as much as I should. Oh, SOV saying will Vegas give this win to the Packers? So you're in for the fix, huh? Let's see. NY, I mean, no, I honestly, any thoughts on him tonight? Not necessarily. I don't mind the point, like, especially with their injuries, but I didn't really give it too much time today. We can look at it if we want to do that. Let's do that. Let's take a peek at Castle. Points plus, what did we say? Points plus, I missed it. Points plus assist. 19.5. Let's see, without Wemby. He hit it last time. Without Trey Jones, he's looked okay. I don't mind it. I don't know if I'm sitting here loving it, though. It's obviously going to be a high, fast-paced game with Chicago. They're not all that great. Last 7 days here, Chicago number 6. Last 7 days, Chicago's been pretty, lenient to shooting guards. So, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm not exactly all that sold on it, though. Mainly because I haven't looked into it. So don't take that as like, oh man, Ev's saying he doesn't like it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not sold on it because we haven't dug into it. Matter says thanks for all the picks. Really enjoy the channel. I appreciate that. How's Michael Porter over 18.5 points plus assist? So I already kind of mentioned it earlier, right? I'm a little hesitant to roll with any of these Nuggets because of points. You say points plus assists? Yeah, because all their lines are dropping a little bit because Aaron Gordon's back. So this looks crazy. It looks like he's absolutely crushing it, all that, last 2 games. But I wonder with Aaron Gordon last year if we can do that. And that's what's great about Outlier. You can kind of create the situation. So yeah, look, on the season this year, he's hit the over in 68% of games. If we go last 20, 65, because he's only played, 19 games. So 68% of games. He's only missed it 2 times in his last 14. But we go, okay, well, with Aaron Gordon this year, he's still been crushing it, right? Okay. And then, but last year it's a little bit worse. So I guess I don't necessarily mind it, but with Aaron Gordon now back, I still trying to figure out where these guys will totally just kind of fit in terms of these lines. Pesky, I grew up when I was probably until I think 5th grade, Methuen. Jacob says, uh-oh. Yeah, the world does seem to, I've seen a lot of MPJ on Twitter and whatnot, and I think, again, I don't mind it. I think that he's got a really good matchup, but just I'm being a little hesitant. This is a very good Cavs defense. It is. It is, you know what I mean? So you have that factor. You have the factor that obviously Aaron Gordon now back. Like there's a lot going on here for that. I mean, he's what did he have? Missed 10 games, came back for, did he play 1 or 2? Either way, he's only been back for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Jalen Wells PRA is what Jacob's thrown out. I mean that kind of fits into the what I'm saying, right? With the idea of perimeter play too, you know what I mean? Like Jalen Wells is gonna shoot the most corner threes. I think in the last 10 games, I looked at that earlier, like by far and away more corner threes than anybody on the Grizzlies. So yeah, I'm all over Bane today because I think it's a buy low spot. That Jalen Wells 14.5. Like I don't think that's a bad look whatsoever. And in fact, pulling it up here, yeah, shout out to Jacob. It's a decent look. And then to validate, yeah, corner threes. Look at that. He's almost doubling everyone else in terms of corner threes in the last 10 games. And I think he's like in 5th. Yeah, this is one that I came across, but I just want, I hope the quantity is there, right? Like over his last, let's see, go to his last 10 games. Yeah, he's shooting the ball 10 times, 9 times recently, 7 attempts. The longer and longer you look, though, the kind of less and less it is. But he's been on fire as of late, so I don't mind that spot whatsoever. I think it's a good look. Yeah, if he's gonna get that amount of minutes, right? I think that's the important thing to note, which we can even filter to on Outlier here with the minutes filter. Let's say he plays 25 minutes, all but 2 times he hasn't it, and the 2 that he has, look at that. He lost on the hook, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I like this spot. And he's exceeded 14 of 15. This will set filters. Yeah, I don't mind that spot whatsoever. As long as he does get the quantity that we're envisioning, you know what I mean? Zach Collins over in points. What is Collins' line right now? I didn't really look at this earlier. I'm going to say before we look into it, in fact, I already have it up, so I don't want to look. Before looking into it, if his points line is 10.5 or 11.5, I like that. I think we're going to probably, let's see if we can find it. It's probably going to be a little bit higher, obviously, without Wemby. 13. So, yeah, I still don't mind it, but I was hoping for it to jump. But look at him without Wemby. That's him without Wemby last 10. This year, 2 of 3. Last year, 8 of 10. So I don't think that it's a bad look. It's definitely a high line for him, though. You want to pay a little bit more juice. I guess you can't even. That's over on Underdog, so it's not even a real line. But yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but he might not always have the ball and whatnot, right? But yeah, it's not a bad look. Not a bad look. Pesky says Brandon Miller over in 3s. Let's check that out. Ooh, he needs 4 to cash that. He's been shooting like you read about, right? Yeah, look at his attempts. This is 3-point attempts. 13, 11, 19, 16. Not the year. Attempts without LaMelo. Clearly has been kind of shooting the ball a ton. This year, 2 straight games. That's 19 and 16 without him. I mean, to have 4 threes for minus 148 seems like you're asking a lot. You know what I mean? I think so. Guys, we have a ton more people watching right now than we've hit the like button. So, yeah, go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind. I mean, I know I said earlier, I was like, it kind of sounds like pandering and whatnot, but likes truly do help me. They do help the channel, and I truly do appreciate it too. So, yeah, if you can find 2 seconds in your day, hit the like button. How about Derek Lively? I'm scared to touch those Mavs. I will say that, you know, obviously Washington's not going to cover the paint all that well and whatnot, so Derek Lively could be a decent look. Jacob saying Zach Collins is a good matchup. The Broom Master saying like the video. The sound went out. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me? Sounds fine. Sounds I can hear. All right, Anthony, you might want to refresh then. You guys want to build, do you want to build an underdog slip? You can obviously use these lines on normal books as well, but let's see. I'll put this poll out there. Do you guys want to run an underdog slip? We could do that kind of quickly and I'll kind of write it together. Oh my God, I just typed in my password. I thought I was screen sharing. You little rascals would have ran away with that. We can do NBA, NFL. We can do whatever the hell we want on this thing. CR, I'm looking to add more. Yeah, TJ, I'm in Mass, though. I know. I like that. I've worked with Chalkboard in the past as well. We still have a code with them and whatnot, but I just can't do it myself. All right, so it looks like we're going yes in terms of an underdog pull, underdog slip. Yeah, let's build that quickly. Let me get the underdog link. If you guys, I'll give you a few minutes to sign up too if you do want to check it out. Underdog, an amazing bonus going on right now, up to, I want to say it's 1,000, right? 1,000 in terms of deposit bonus, and you're gonna get a free square today, which I'll tell you what the free square, if you're a brand new user, the free square today. Let's see what we got. Free square for new users today. It is Thursday. You're looking at a Jordan Love square, so 0.5 total yards for Jordan Love. So yeah, go check out Underdog if you want to check it out. We're gonna dive in and we'll build a let's put that to a poll as well. I'll make a poll here. How many legs? We'll do 2, 3, 4. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Dylan, we'll try and do. We'll definitely try and do streams more often. I wish we stuck to that schedule because we obviously were gaining some traction, months and months ago. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I hate being like I make videos for a living and it's a lot of it's time consuming, but it sure as hell is. Especially when it's, a very small team doing it for a channel. So it's a good problem to have, but it's definitely a lot. Good timing, Brewmaster. Devin, did Patrick Mahomes sell with the touchdowns? Because that was huge for me too, and then he just... I think it looks like we're looks like 3's running away with this, right? All right, we'll build a 3-leg slip. All right, I'm gonna try and pin this one so that we can. Anyone that comes in knows exactly what's going on. All right, that is pinned. Let's get to it. Throw out some ideas for Underdog. If you guys want to add more, I see you saying 4-leg and whatnot. But add one more if you want. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hear you, David. That's the game we play. I'm telling you, we got 150-ish people in the stands, 84 likes. Seems like either what would the math be there? 150 minus 84, is that 66? Did I just crush that? 66 people either hate me or you think I stink at what I'm doing right now, which the second is viable, and honestly, the first isn't all that bad either. All right, guys, we're going to dive into a 3-leg underdog slip here. Probably put, I guess, 20 bucks on it. But yeah, let's go ahead and run it. So do we have any boosts that we can look at? NHL and FIFA. Wow, right up your alley there, David. Also, you say time to hire. Yeah. Buy more merch, we'll hire more people. That's what I'll say. Buy more merch, we'll hire more people. All right, let's look into this. We can do should we do NFL and NBA? Should we do that? Is that the move? Or should we do NBA exclusively or NFL exclusively? All right, we'll do that then. Here we go. Here we go. Loving the poll game right now. Pause. could do that. I like the pause was needed. Hey, don't go clipping that or anything. We're just out here talking English. It's English isn't that easy for me. Appreciate that, Cam. Hey, by the way, guys, this is probably as we're waiting for this poll to come in. Let's see if I can find it here. We are doing so. Paris and I know I promised. I think that I put it out a long time ago, right? Paris and I talked about doing not a live stream, but it would be like a video of like a Q&A and whatnot, where we'd drink during it, and it could be kind of messy and fun and whatnot. So let's see if I can find that, because yeah, we got it here. Go and drop your questions on this. This is on the main channel. That's probably where it'll be. Oh, that is not it, actually. I almost sent the wrong link there. Let's see if we can find it. Go ahead and drop. We have like, I think, nearly 30 questions as of right now. This will be like a drunk Q&A, I guess, with me and Paris and me and my girlfriend. So could be kind of fun if you guys want to drop some questions. All right, so it looks like both is going to win this poll. So we will do that. We'll figure it out as we go here to try and see if we want to go like 2 NBA, 1 NFL or whatever. But all right, let's throw something out for the NBA starting now. All right, I know we got a bunch of ideas and whatnot in the chat, but go ahead and drop a play, and I'll get to as many as we can. We'll dissect it, and we'll build a three pick entry over on Underdog. We'll let a few of those come in. All right. We got a bunch. Looks like Jokic. We did see Collins earlier. All right, we're going to utilize the poll for this too. I think that we maybe look at Collins, because we've said that a couple times now, and then maybe Jokic next. I'll try and keep this dumb brain on track, but you guys should know me at this point. That might not be the easiest. So let's look at Collins. Zach Collins, his line is 12.5. All right, let's head over to Outlier. Zach Collins, we already talked about this a little bit, right? So 13.5 is the line that we're seeing in terms of his points, but we can get this down to 12.5. It's valuable on Underdog. He's been to this line recently, right? Like if you're looking this, you're thinking, oh, brother, soundboard. This guy stinks. However, you look at him without Wemby, let's say this year, without Wemby, okay, 2 of 3, take it. Without Wemby last year, couple more cha-chings there than this guy stinks or whatever, right? So Zach Collins could be a good look. We kind of take a peek at where the where the Bulls struggle. It's points in the paint. We go over here and just look at where Zach Collins is shooting from, right? Zach Collins is obviously going to be shooting a lot of in the paint and not necessarily anything else. So average 1-3 above the break. So he should get some more attempts, especially given the fact that without Wemby, he's shooting the ball 12.4 times last year. And then this season, nearly 10. With Wemby, obviously, only 4.5 attempts. So let's put this to a poll. I think that's a good one. Like we used to do, guys, it's got to be 55% or more, meaning it's like a weighted consensus. So if it's yes, you know what I mean? Then obviously we roll with it, but it's got to be 55% or more, because if it's 51, it's like, well, a lot of the chat didn't like that play either. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't a move that everyone liked. Hey, cut. I'd bet on Allen. I mean, sure you're trolling here. But yeah, I'd bet on Allen Iverson in a heartbeat. So in your face. Again, we get to 55% kind of at the end of the vote here, and we'll roll with Zach Collins as the leg number 1, which put him in there just for now so I don't forget. Make sure to get your votes in, guys. I saw it earlier, a couple people not able to vote. It should be working. It should work. I don't have an answer as to why. Maybe refresh if it's not. We'll see. If you like Zach Collins tonight, vote yes. If you don't, vote no. Do not be voting just because you want your play. This wasn't your pick and all that. Literally, genuinely vote. You know what I mean? We have time to, but maybe we'll build some more. You know what I mean? Like, I know I only wanted to go live for an hour. We're already over that, but we do have a little bit of wiggle room here. Yeah, we've played around with it, Hunter. It's 55's been the sweet spot. It's really hard unless it's unanimous to always get like to. It'll take a bunch of votes. Let's keep in mind that I'll keep this up because let's keep in mind the big deal here. I know people will read that and be like, ugh, Zach Collins. The big deal is no Victor Wembanyama, and that's him last year without Wemby. The Bulls' second most points to centers this year, and in the last 7 games, the 5th most or 6th most. So definitely worth considering. We'll leave this poll up for, let's see, we'll leave this poll up for 60 more seconds. Timer. Is this 60? All right. We'll leave this up for 60 more seconds. Honestly, we'll check back in on that in a second. We do not need to leave a countdown for 60 seconds on the screen. But right now, it looks like Zach Collins may be a little early throw in there. 57% through 51 votes. Make sure you guys are getting those votes in. And while you're doing that, hit the like. We have 99 likes on the stream right now. Un mas means 100. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and it dips. Let's see what we got for the timer. 24 seconds. We're at 54%. I mean, yeah, that's unfortunately we are rolling on underdog right now, and we're building an underdog specific one. So I hear you. That's tough. If it lands on 55, it counts. I'm gonna end this thing right as that timer goes off. Let's see. And guys, obviously, if you don't like it and whatnot, feel free to fade it. It looks like he does cash, so we'll add Zach Collins in. That is leg number 1. If you don't like it, you don't need to roll with it. Young, it's on underdog right now. We get 12.5. So yeah, 13.5 if you're on another book or app or whatnot. Then fair enough. Unfortunate enough, I should say. Honestly. All right, Hunter says Luka assists. We've seen a lot of Luka assists out there. What is his line over on underdog? Luka assists right now. 7.5. Let's dig in. That Zach Collins is definitely, I've seen a lot of Zach Collins out there today. But as I type in Zach Collins, doesn't mean just because it's public too, doesn't mean that it's a terrible look. And I'm not saying anyone's saying that. All right, Luka, 7.5. Not so much, not so great as of late. On the road, crushing it on the road as of right now. What do we have any outlier insights? Has exceeded 7.5 assists in 8 of his last 9 games versus bottom 10 defenses in assists allowed. That's pretty damn inspiring. Let's take a peek at this game. It is, let's see, Washington allowing plenty of assists to the point guard. If Luka's only gonna play, let's say Luka only plays 30 minutes. Let's get this out of here. All right, clear all. We don't want this on there either. Let's see. Okay. We want, let's say 30 minutes because maybe this is a blowout and whatnot. I mean, that's a blowout game. That's a blowout game. 35 maybe. So the minutes may kill him, but we just saw against bad teams, he definitely does okay. He's averaging. Let's see, where's his assist line at? Assist. I want to see his head-to-head. Okay, he's hit it in there. Oh, this is interesting. 7 potential assists per game, though. That's not doing it. Oh, it's the data's not importing right now. Okay. Let's see. If we go back, we can do this. Where do we got here? What are we looking at? Last 10 games, we look at Luka. 9.3, so he's definitely got to step it up a little bit, right? Definitely will have to step it up in a sense. Don't think I mind it, though. All right, we'll put it to a vote. Let's see. Luka over 7.5 assists. Don't mind it. Not exactly sure how thrilled I am, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sway your judgment because there's plenty in here that is showing, like, look at his on the road. He's been crushing it this year, you know? And then in games in which they win by, let's see, let's go. In games they've won by 10 plus, 13 of 20. So he's definitely been okay in these spots. It looks like that hit rate is, the more they win by, the better off he is to some degree. And I'm with you there, 144. Like, I think that there is a little bit of that factor. So let's see where this comes out based on the poll here. So again, it's Luka. It would be over 7.5 assists. And then we'd be able to move into, what the heck did I just do? Oh, I guess we can leave it like that for now. We'd move into football. Spoon says I'm high, so maybe I'm crazy, but the line, it does seem too low, but Luka just hasn't been, Luka really hasn't been like Luka this year, you know what I mean? Snag it. So Voodoo just said, I didn't know there's other whatnotters out there. I've gotten that comment multiple times, right? Do I say whatnot like crazy in videos? I never knew that I was saying that. Oh, sorry, John. But like, I guess I say whatnot plenty. I've gotten that comment a few different times. All right, should we go to the minute poll? Let's start it now. What do we got for votes here? 39 votes. Obviously, that's not that many. Vote if you guys can. But let's start the timer. Once this pops up, we'll take a peek and decide if Luka, if we get to 55%, we keep him in there. If not, he's out. I don't mind the play. I think there's a lot there, but there's definitely some blowout potential. Luka. The vote is Luka over 7.5 assists, Kendall, and we're building a 3-leg underdog. So this is the second one here. All right, that timer is over, and wow, a late push for Luka. That's surprises me. All right, so Luka will stay in there. Let's move over. We can please the people with MPJ. We've talked a bunch of MPJ so far in the stream. We'll look at MPJ, but I think we're gonna move to NFL now. And I know we said we'll do a 3-leg. Should we just do 2? We'll start with it. All right. We'll start with 1 NFL play. If we like what we got, maybe we just go 4. We have 2 NBA and 2 NFL, and we put them in a four-man entry. But we'll please the people and look at that MPJ. We've already done this, but guys, I said that he's crushing this line and whatnot. But you know, only a couple games back of with Aaron Gordon, and I'm still a little concerned. But you look at with Aaron Gordon, he still looked good this year, right? So fair enough. I do think that he's a good play today. It just seems like the whole world is on him, I guess. All right, let's jump into some NFL spots, guys. Transitioning to NFL, we want at least 1 NFL play here. But we could roll with 2 if we get a little crazy. I know I said we'll go with 3 and whatnot, but you know what? It's what it is right now. How many plays have we made? We have made 2, with Zach Collins over in points and Luka over in assists, and the people voted on it. This is the people's parlay, or I should say the people's underdog entry. So let's get some NFL plays out there, and we will go through it. Let's see. All right, a lot of Josh Jacobs action, it looks like. Josh Jacobs over rushing and receiving. Do we have do we like them combined? What do we got? Rushing plus receiving. Am I missing it? Right here. Rushing plus receiving, 92.5. All right, we got a lot of those. Let's go ahead and dive in. Josh Jacobs, rushing plus receiving. Let's see, where is it? Rush plus receiving, 92.5. All right, crushing the last 5 games. Last time he played Detroit, he had 108. That was only, a month ago. Detroit versus running backs has been pretty good. Even if we look at the NFL dashboard, you can see Detroit versus running backs, minus 24 in terms of defensive versus position from a DVOA perspective. I don't know if I love the matchup, but he's kind of already proven to do well, right? And even when he's not hitting it, he's definitely getting like the getting close. You know what I mean? Like, if this was just a little bit lower at 89.5, this dude's hit it in 8 straight games, So I guess I don't necessarily mind this spot. In fact, that looks like it could be some value over on FD. 92.5 is what we have over on Underdog. I think that this is vote worthy. And if we do this one quick, then we probably have, we'll probably be able to run another one. Screw it. So vote on that poll. Yeah, vote on that poll. Let's see. Chris says you're doing lives now. Yeah, I kind of just gave a well, cut the check. We're doing a community parlay. If I sound unsure, it's because we're digging through it. But you say what you're doing lives now. Yeah, we used to do lives a lot more. Obviously, I like it. It's the live interaction's awesome. I like being able to interact with you guys in real time versus just comments. So we'll try and do more and more, but we'll see. But for now, yeah, I'd like to do more. You say you sound like I didn't come up with the Josh Jacobs one. Obviously, I sound I don't know. Yeah. Still got to get some. We only have those 2 NBA plays right now. I want to get at least a couple more. I like some spots today. All right, people are liking this one. We'll start the timer in just a second. Start the timer in just a second. Oh, we got the ride of the day, and I'll check that out after this. Can we go on a streak? 60. All right, let's start this timer because this thing we're running away with it, huh? So should we go? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Should we go with 4 then? Because we came up with those 3 very, very quick. You know what I mean? Like this would be the 3 as of right now. Definitely came up with it very, very quick. Football. I don't mind doing a 4. I think I like this 3 leg, honestly. The ho-ho. So this is... it's actually your boy Saint Nick. Santa. I can't see if you can see it. one of our Christmas drops. Pretty cool. We'll get back to that. Hey, you know what? Pick up after yourselves, right? It's good enough for now. All right, timer over. Let's stop that. 64% of you MFers liking Josh Jacobs, huh? In a tough matchup, a depleted defense, though. That's worth noting. Okay, so this is what we're looking at so far. Do we like this? Give me a W or an L if you're liking this 3 so far in the chat. And then I think we add one more. I think we go and say, screw it, add one more. Chub. The camera adds 10 pounds. We all know that. More chins, more wins. You guys know it. All right, so you guys like this 3-man so far. Do we add another one then? I guess, let's see what you guys said to that. Yes, 4, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Devin, you don't like the Zach Collins? Then maybe we do add one more, and then maybe that's what we'll do. We'll add one more. I'll say screw it, and I'll roll with the 4, but it allows you guys to maybe, if you want to, pick the 3 that you like, right? Like, you don't have to go with the 4, whatever, but it allows you guys to at least have a little bit of a picking. So, let's add one more football for tonight then. Football. Get your football picks in here. Get your football picks. We'll dig into some. I know I've already missed some, but I mean, the chat's a cruising right now. I can't keep up with it all, right? While you're doing that, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the stream. I've said it a few times, and it does help out, so I won't stop saying it. I know it's like asking for pity likes, but you know what? More people in here than liking the stream. Go ahead and hit that like button. That is truly the way that, like, I know it sounds crazy, but like that's data. You know what I mean? That's the way that I can understand it. Yeah, let's do some more streams because people are liking it and all that type of stuff. All right, here we go. Getting into, guys, we're looking for NFL. Goff under pass attempts. All right, let's take a peek at that. Goff under pass attempts. 32.5 would be the number if we like it. Passing play percentage against, yeah, they're not allowing that many pass attempts against them this year defensively. Let's take a peek at this one. Under, what did we say, 32.5? Pass attempts, 32.5. He stayed under in all but 3 games this year. Close game, blowout, close game, and they were losing. So, yeah, it's almost like, I mean, when they played last time, he had 22. I don't mind this one even as a straight-up play, minus 105, you know what I mean? Green Bay kind of right in the middle of the pack. Let's look at FTN here. We can look at FTN. Oh, my God. Another really cool site that I like to use. And we can take a peek at the log against, at just really quickly, for Green Bay and see what quarterbacks are doing against them. So this is the 46, 29, 32, 22, 30. Oof. They've had some high ones. They've had some low ones. Jared Goff is their lowest of the season other than CJ Stroud. What do we think? What do we think of this one? Jared Goff under 32.5 pass attempts. Can we go? No, that's the highest. All right, we'll put this one to a vote. I really don't mind it, actually. My only thing is I'm starting to think I like the over in this game. And it's like, does that, promote a lot of passing? Under in completions. Is completions, where's it? 22.5. We can play with that one, right? Let's see. Where's his completions? We could go lower as in completions. We can make his completions higher and put a little bit, like, you know, more juice to it. Can you vote? Hell no. All right, let's start the timer. I don't mind that. I just wonder if I don't mind it. I do not mind it. If you can do an underdog alternate line too, guys, you can throw that one out there. By the way, if you do want to ride, I'll put the underdog slip in here, the underdog link again. You're going to get a Jordan Love free square for tonight, 0.5 total yards, a free pick, as well as I believe it's up to $1,000 in a deposit bonus, which is cool. All right, looks like this one is actually 56. So our 50-50 is yes, 55%. This one's way on the other side at 55% no. So, all right, I don't mind that play, especially if you roll with it yourself. I guess it's not making our slip, though. All right, what else do we have? This is what we have so far for you guys asking. Mark's saying Montgomery over 16.5 receiving. Montgomery 16.5 receiving. Can we get 16.5? It's 17 right here, so we don't have 16 on underdog. Over 2.5 receptions. I don't even mind, like, you know, if we go a little bit safer because we're making a 4-man, right? But let's throw 2.5 in there and then we'll dissect it. All right, let's see. Montgomery 2.5 receptions. Plus 150. I mean, we probably don't need that. Let's do, because that is so obviously like juiced on normal sports books and whatnot. Like, technically, I don't know if the value's there. I mean, it is a 1.2 extra, so it is going to provide a nice pay boost, right? Yeah. Okay, we can leave this in for now. I don't mind the idea of dropping it down to 1.5, but he's cashed it in 7 of 12 games here. Last time he played them back in November, he had 3. He's getting, that was the last time he played. Let's see. He's getting 3 targets per game. So to catch 2 of those, I don't necessarily mind. My one thing is he's not the script back, right? Like, he's not the guy that's going out there and they're designing run pass plays for and whatnot. So let's put this up to a vote. I definitely don't mind it because of that payout boost. So let's see what we got. I mean, I don't even know if Montgomery's going to be spelled right. Let's do it. Montgomery. And then I'll put a repoll option if that one wins. So this one, I guess, we'll just have to see a resounding yes for it to go through. But if you guys like the idea of potentially going 1.5, it'll cut the pay a little bit, but it's a little bit safer. We can look at that one. So 50% on yes would do this one fine because there's 3 options. That makes sense. And guys, this is what we have so far. I mean, this is kind of what we're looking at, right? Feel free to take and mix and match. Like, this is just what we're voting on. I can see someone being like, I know the community voted on this, but I don't like it. Send it away. Sail it away. Now, if you want to ride just for the fun of, like, then that's the whole point, right? But you definitely don't need to sit there and be like, oh, man, Zach Collins in there, now I have to put it in. No, if you don't like Zach Collins, you don't like Luka, you don't like Josh Jacobs, or you're like, screw it. All right, looks like let's do this quickly then. All right, it's going to be Montgomery. We'll do him at 1.5 now, okay? Because that's what was winning. Now, feel free to still go ahead and vote no if you did just vote. But do we like Montgomery here at 1.5 instead of 2? Decent payout. I don't know if we'll do standard or flex or whatever yet, but maybe we'll put 10 on each instead. 1 safe, 1 long shot. Wow, so over 1.5 is off to... Let's look at the numbers for that real quick. If we lower it to 1.5... To be honest, guys, when he's had 2 receptions, he's had 3. Like, that doesn't change his hit rate whatsoever, huh? That's crazy. It's still... I mean, we know it's safer, though, obviously. It's a whole... Like, the one game, this would be different. Yeah, if you guys like... No, Voodoo, I already took Reed today. I took his over in receptions. I'm not sleeping on him. We're just throwing these up as polls. If I see, you know what I mean, like I can't get to everyone that I see. So I'm good on like literally I already took him. Now I got crazy value because I took this before Dobbs is out. But yeah, I already am locked in a half unit on Reed's over in receptions. At 3.5 though. Yeah, microwave, that's probably the case. All right, let's start the timer. I mean, this thing's cruising 75% right now. Let's go 60-second timer. It's right there. Let's see. Oh, David Montgomery over 1.5 receptions. Seems like it's going to be leg number 4 here. And what I think we'll do... I think we'll do is I said at the beginning, we'll throw $20 on this slip. I'll do 10 on the standard, meaning 6.74 payout, 6.74x, and then I'll do 10 on the flex to give us a little bit of like safety too. You know what I mean? Kendall says, have you been tailing like Tassos' ladder? Because Tassos is on day 5 of the ladder today. What are we at here? 13 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Whew. You know you're out of shape when you can only make it 4 numbers before taking a deep breath. All right, end the poll. Montgomery over 1.5 receptions. That's what we're looking at. All right, so we said we do 10 on this, right? So that is 10 on. Here's the final one, guys. Can I make it a little bit bigger so you can see it all? Yeah, this is it. So 10 on this. Confirm. All right, reuse players, and then we're gonna go 10. Let's see, 10. What are we doing here? 10 on the flex as well. So I'll do. Gotta wait 30 seconds. Are we kidding here? All right, well then we'll wait for this. But here is what we're looking at, guys. I mean, is that the same? We put in the standard and we're going flex for the 2 different ones, right? So right now we have standard. That is a 6 point. Yeah. Okay, this should be able to. Right, it's been 30 seconds. There we go. We're in for a flex as well. So guys, this is what we're rolling with here. I'm going to post that in the Discord. If you guys are not in the Discord yet, what are you doing? We just hit 10,000 members in this thing. Go ahead and join. I'll put a link to this as well here, but let me get this on. Let me put this in, and then I'll put that Discord link. What are we? I'm trying to... I can't type today. Boom. Alrighty. Let me get you guys that Discord link. It's completely free, by the way. It's not a paid for Discord or anything, but I want to get you guys that link. But that is the slip, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I think we'll try and do some more live streams, obviously. Like I like it. Like I've said multiple times, we kind of got our start doing live streams. I started to gain subs on YouTube on the main channel by going live after every Celtics game. And then, you know, as things got legalized and whatnot and we were able to bet, it's obviously been something that I've done and liked a long time, right? So being able to do picks content and whatnot kind of fit right into the bill as well. Sac money line tonight. I'm not touching Sacramento. You can see it right here. They are the main headstone in terms of the do not bet graveyard as of right now, which we have not officially unveiled yet. But yeah, did I put the Discord link? Yeah, I put the Discord link in, right? Guys, join the Discord. Hit the like on the stream. Again, if we get a lot of likes on this and that type of thing, we'll try and do more live streams when we can. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass saying that I'm very busy on the day-to-day, but you know what? This is really fun and it's good stuff, and I like engaging with you. And we kind of just threw this together. Like if you've watched our old live streams and whatnot, we have a lot of cool effects and stuff that we can do. So yeah, we're gonna start closing up shop. Probably stay on for just a couple more minutes. Ask some questions. I'll answer them if I can. If you get too personal, I'll probably skip it. But ask some questions. We'll probably stay on for like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and then we'll close up shop. But again, we just put out the slip for underdog. If you guys did not see it, it is right here. Let's see, get this over. What are we doing? All right, this is the slip here. The underdog slip we just put together. We did it as a straight up one and a flex. But all right, let's see questions. Oh boy. Let's see. La says, like in essentially streaming, you know, you get to know me better too. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Outlier. I don't have a promo code, but I'll give you the link. It does the exact same thing. No promo code, but this link will give you the 7 days free. And honestly, tell you guys all the time, this is to you on Avenge, but tell you guys all the time, after that, it's $19.99 per month. Like, and that's if you pay monthly. Outlier is a greatly priced tool, especially if you hit some plays with it. It like pays for itself. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but it does. All right. Let's see what we got here. Chicken or fish from So. I definitely would say chicken. I like fish though. If I had to choose, I'd say chicken. I think I'd say chicken. It depends. Yeah, chicken. It does depend, but like chicken. If I'm going to a restaurant, like chicken parm is one of my favorite dishes. I ain't getting salmon parm or anything like that. Yeah, Jaden, this should be a very good Thursday. Like, we have had some really good Thursday night games. We've had some bad stinkers and that type of thing. Brewmaster, I am definitely a steak guy though. Like chicken, fish, or steak. I'm literally taking steak maybe 9.6 times out of 10. Favorite research tool is honestly Outlier. They're constantly adding more. If they see another tool in the market that has something, they add. They do their best to add that. So Outlier, the link I just shared is definitely one of my favorite research tools. I am super proud of the dashboard that I've built with whether or not I'm copying and pasting or importing, HTML and whatnot into this. But this thing is super cool. I don't think there's not much out there like this. Like there's a lot of tools for player props and whatnot. You know what I mean? But what I'll say is the having a nice bird's eye view and a general thought for the games total and spread and that type of thing, and having it all in one place is massive to me. Which again, all these apps out there, which amazing apps like Outlier especially, but it's a lot of player prop focus. I love the idea of having something out there that I've built myself now that can help with total, spreads, money line, that type of thing. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I mean, steak is the go-to for me. Cooking steak, ordering steak, grilling, like no matter how, that's what's happening. What's in the cup? If you only knew. 12:46, 5 o'clock somewhere. Black coffee. I do not hunt, no. Let's see here. These are for members on the channel, those dashboards. I did just, and I'll put it here again, I did just come out with a video kind of breaking down my process and going through it and whatnot, so I'll put that in here. It's definitely going to help you to some degree, because all that stuff in those dashboards are, it's like free information, you know what I mean, that I just kind of consolidate, but that video is a good look at sort of what my day-to-day process is and what I'm looking for. Trae Young was absolute trash last night.
Brother, this guy stinks.
He totally was. Let's see. Rhode Island Sports says, Ev, love from Rhode Island. Out here, bro. Love the content. Love you are fighting all these upward battles against the machine. Truly. Keep winning, and you'll be bigger in no time. I do appreciate that. We've obviously had quite a month run. In fact, let me know in the comments if you guys are still watching, right? Let me know in the comments, where are you subbed and watching the old channel, the main channel that we do have access to again, but in a different facet? So were you access there, or are you new to this channel? Hey, shout out to Jared there. Thanks for all the help during the MLB season and now NBA. Appreciate that. If I can provide help in any way, shape, or form, that's amazing. You know what I mean? I'm just a dummy with a camera and a microphone, so I do appreciate that. So, Jaden, that Excel sheet that I was looking at, that is for channel members on the main channel. If you guys do want to check that out, that is $2.99 per month. I can provide that link if someone wants it, but you get access to this one and the NFL one, and then on the month it's a new link, that type of thing. I'm hungry now after all the steak talk. Me too. Okay, so 904, you were old channel, but very kind of recent old channel, right? Or not even, I shouldn't even say old channel, because we still have access to that channel. I made a video on GuyBostonSports.com, our actual website, if you guys don't want to go check it out under the video section, telling you guys what the situation was and why we started the new channel and whatnot. So I don't want to say too much here, obviously, right? But yeah, that's the case. Chris, I've collabed with Kyle multiple times. But you mean again, right? Or more? Because yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, Austin's amazing, Splash. He is. Is that channel even? Yeah, I'm posting other stuff on that channel as well now. We still, me in particular, but have to talk with the guys and whatnot and figure out how to strategize and whatnot about that. I do say whatnot a lot, don't I? About that channel and stuff. I was gonna say and whatnot, but the that channel's active. We have it, but it's not in the same capacity. Like, thank you guys obviously so much for supporting the new channel and whatnot, but it stinks to have 100,000 subscribers that same day. Should be the most exciting time of your journey. You get kicked in the you-know-whats. So we do have access to it. We will be posting on it. I'm not exactly sure where the daily stuff will be. Like, I think we operate on this channel for the time being, because I'm still looking for some... Compose yourself, Adam. I'm still looking for some freaking answers on what the hell went down. You know what I mean? Still don't have that at all. So we're being safe and careful. Yeah, put a whatnot counter. Yeah, the link to the spreadsheet, so I'll provide the link to becoming, like I mentioned, the channel member, to getting it. I'll put that in here. Let's see how this comes through. So that's the access one, and then once you are in as a member on the main channel, that next link is the location of the link for this dashboard. And again, it's good for a month. Turns around to January, we post it again, that type of thing. CR, that's part of the issue right now. So based on the status of our channel, right now we'd need to wait. I think it's like 90 days from the original issue. So yeah, we will get one. Like we will. It just sucks that it's not coming right away or anything. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, we'll get one, and then I'll make sure to I'll get Tassos and everyone one as well. So. I mean, yeah, it was from, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much because who knows? This is clearly, I don't want to rag on, I mean, we're on that platform right now. But yeah, I mean, we didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. No. All right, guys, just a couple more minutes. We're going to jump off here. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you go pick up the merch. I'll put the link for the day. We only have 2 plays because we've been live, but 2 plays in the NBA so far, all right? There is also a link to be able to get there through that, or just to click through to go pick up some stuff. Great stuff for the holidays and whatnot. Good prices, amazing quality. So go ahead and check that out. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button when we're on here on the videos and whatnot, because truly do appreciate it. And I mean, speaking of appreciate, I said it multiple times, but can't believe the support of the second channel. Like, I say that in a lot of videos, but it's a one thing to say that in videos and to a couple hundred people here live. Truly do appreciate all of the support. So I never will take any of that for granted. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.